All right, so the first step of the Twitter list building process is to build your follower list. And, again, everything I'm going to talk about here, I learned from Perry, so I'm going to be expecting his input on this. But the big secret to building a list of followers, unless you happen to be a celebrity, is to follow first, right?
Yeah, and Twitter's basically it's you're walking up to people, you're holding out your hand, saying I want to be your friend. A certain amount of people will hold out their hand, shake your hand, and then they'll be your friend. Basically, it's you follow them first, but you have to take the first effort. Eventually, after a while, like a lot of people just come and follow me now because a lot of other people, they see me talking to other people. And there's another side to Twitter that's viral that you could probably explain later. But I mean, it's where you can't see both sides of the conversation unless you follow both people. But overall, the general idea is you walk up to people and say, hey, I want to be your friend. And a certain amount of them will say, okay, I'll be your friend. And some won't.
Right. So, I mean, the process basically, you go out there, you start following people. People see that you followed them, so they look and go, oh, this person followed me. Let me go see who they are. Oh, they look interesting. I'll follow them too. That's kind of how it works. Does everybody who you follow you back? No, but we're going to talk about how to maximize and optimize the number of follow backs that you do and doing it the right way. We're not, I'm not talking at all about how to do auto following or using different scripts or software. I mean, when it comes to the follow process, you need to do it the right way, or there's no point in doing it at all. Having just a great big massive list of followers does you no good if you don't do it the right way. So we are absolutely showing you the right way to get followers on Twitter. Now, the key to doing it the right way, one of the biggest keys, is to follow people who are interested in your topic. So if your topic is real estate, you want to follow other people who are interested in real estate. If your topic is scuba diving, you want to follow people who are interested in scuba diving.
Yeah, and maybe not just your topic, your hobby too, whatever you're into.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, whatever...
You're trying to build a targeted list.
Yeah.
It's a little more for you. It's more about the subject matter you're in business-wise. But.
Yeah, exactly. Like the way that and this would be another one of the areas where Perry and I, where our strategies would diverge a little bit. What I'm talking about here is just building a list of followers who are interested in the same topic that you're selling. So if you're selling stuff on scuba diving, yeah, I mean, if you get some buddies from high school and some other friends who come and follow you, hey, terrific. Maybe they'll buy something from you. Maybe you won't. Maybe they won't. This is not about, like, just getting a bunch of friends on board who are interested in a lot of different stuff. Like, Perry's got a lot of people who follow him, and you're able to do stuff like, I know later on this week, you're doing an interview with a dating guru.
Yeah.
And
that's I build my list a little differently because once you get to a certain size, you're never going to have one thing that's kind of a fantasy on Twitter is you're going to have a tightly focused list.
Right.
That you don't know who really comes back and follows you, and it could be people who follow you that saw you talking to somebody else. You don't have any idea what they're interested in.
Right.
So your list gets bigger, it also gets broader, and I do really well promoting products for dating and mindset and all sorts of things that have nothing to do with marketing or copywriting, which is my forte.
Right.
But that's just but again, you're back to if you're list building, you're going to try to build the most focused list that you can. But
at least that's where you want to extend the effort.
You want to start.
Yeah, that's where you.
And I was much more narrow when I began.
Yeah.
With who I follow.
And as more and more people follow you, hey, great. I mean, it's not like it costs money. You're not paying to host the followers or anything.
Yeah, that's a big thing I don't think you touched on so much. I mean, everything about this is free. It just your total investment is your time, and if you learn to maximize the ROI on the time you invest, that's the biggest the biggest advantage you can have. And also, knowledge really is key here.
Yeah. Okay, so you say, okay, great, Ryan. So we need to follow people who are interested in my topic. How do I do that? How do I find people who are interested in my topic? Well, the first method is to just use search.twitter.com. Twitter has a search feature. We're going to show you a demonstration here in just a little bit, but Twitter has a search feature where you could go in there and you can type in scuba, and you can see people who are saying things like, I'm going scuba diving to the Great Barrier Reef this weekend. Obviously, that's somebody who's interested in scuba diving. If you have a scuba diving related product, I would recommend following them. If they follow you back, then they're going to see that you're a scuba guy. So that's search.twitter.com. We'll show you that. Another one is to follow recent followers of competitors and colleagues. And this, to me, was the single biggest breakthrough on Twitter. And Perry, you made this, when you said this, my jaw hit the floor. And that was, you said all lists in Twitter are open source. Explain what you mean when you say that, because this is the big idea when we talk about method number 2.
Well, I mean, if you look at a guy like Ryan, for instance, Ryan's got a mailing list, a big mailing list. It's worth, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. But if you really want his customers or his fans, not just his customers, see, Twitter brings out your fans. If you want the best fans of Ryan or his best customers, the most loyal people to him, they're probably on his Twitter list. And that list is totally open to you. You can go open up his list, take a look at it, and see everybody that follows Ryan. And if you so choose, you can go in there and go, oh, okay, I see these people follow Ryan. I'll follow them too because I have a similar message to Ryan, or I think I have something of value that they might like. Do we show examples on this?
Oh yeah, that's what we're about to do. Yeah, we're about to go.
I'll show you a really cool example that'll detail that. But the list is open source, so all you have to do is go in and follow those people and engage them somehow. And I know Ryan's gonna give you some tips on how to get conversations started and engage people. And you can snipe these gigantic lists that are all just sitting there. There's millions of people on these lists, and everybody's looking for focus lists. They're there. They're sitting there in public saying, "Come pick me up."
Yeah. And so that's kind of the biggie, and that's what we're going to be talking about in the very next video is how you actually implement method number 1 and 2. But I wanted just to kind of broader review, show you how to do that. The other key to building a follower list is to follow at the right times. Because we talked about before how not everybody who you follow will follow you back, but if you follow at the right times, your chance for getting the follow back is increased. And the best times to follow are in the evenings from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And all these times are Eastern, by the way. But kind of in the evenings because nights are one of the busiest times for following, right, Perry?
Yeah, and you're talking about for following if you're gonna do weekdays at all, 1 to 3 are the very best times weekdays. I don't think that's in the slide, but if you're gonna do weekdays, 1 to 3 is better. Evenings are always better. People have more leisure time, but some of you I know will have to tweet during the day. Normally following people in the morning is almost a waste of time. Most people don't have the time in the morning to follow you back.
Yeah.
So I get the lowest ROI then. Sunday evenings are my sweet spot. Sunday night, I get the highest follower return, and that's if I'm following people who are active on Sunday night. That doesn't mean just going and blanketly following a whole bunch of people.
Right, exactly. So, but I mean, so your best times are going to be nights, and again, this is going to vary a little bit from market to market. I mean, if your market is more business people, and they might tweet more during the day, and that's what Perry was talking about, the 1 to 3. But as a general rule of thumb, evenings from 6 to 10 p.m. and weekends, especially Sundays, if you can follow during those times, that's when you're going to maximize your follow backs. So. Now what I want to do is do a quick demo video. I'm going to kind of put Perry in the captain's seat over here and have him go through a demo of how to find people worth following. And we're going to show search.twitter, and we're also going to show how to tap into some of these open source lists. So let's go over there right now and check out that video.